Yesterday, a new series of shorts set in the world of Pixar's Cars called Cars on the Road debuted on Disney Plus, and here are my thoughts. Well, I've said a couple of times with my trailer reaction and talking about this when it came out in the news that I don't think that anybody over the age of 8 was actually excited about this. I wasn't really expecting much from it, but it's actually pretty good. But a big issue with it is how it's divided into episodes, which are really just 5 to 7 minute shorts, but they're not self-contained. The shorts do connect, so it feels like it's a movie, but it's broken up into 5-minute scenes. But on the other hand, if they did decide to edit all of these together into a movie, it would feel kind of clunky in some parts. So, I thought this was a fun little series, though, and a lot of the writing was surprisingly pretty funny. And this is the one Cars property, since maybe the first Cars movie, that I think adults can get a bit out of enjoyment of as well. There's an episode where Lightning and Mater are staying at this spooky hotel, and it turns into a parody of the movie The Shining, and there's another episode, it's a parody of Mad Max. There's jokes and references like that I thought were really clever. And the way the last of these episodes, shorts, ties all the other ones into it, I thought left it on a pretty good note. And the good news is there's nothing bad in it for kids. The Cars movies, they sometimes have sexual innuendo and things like that, yet are still rated G. Cars 2 especially was super violent. And there isn't really anything inappropriate in this. Even though they do have references to The Shining and Mad Max, they're not done in a way that's not appropriate. Kids already got to understand a lot of the references and jokes, and I wouldn't necessarily say it was done in an appropriate way. I'd say this is still pretty good for kids to watch. And as far as Cars shorts go, these are at least better than the ones with Mater that they did about 15 years ago, where those were all basically the same, right? Here's the time where Mater was a bullfighter. Here's the time where Mater was a race car, and they were all pretty much the same jokes. They were all pretty much the same formula over and over. But with these, I didn't really know where these were going to go. Each short felt pretty unique, but the series does raise a few questions about how the world of Cars works. For example, the first episode, Lightning and Mater stop at this dinosaur museum, and Mater imagines living in prehistoric times, which raises quite a few questions about how dinosaur cars existed. This the Dinobots from Transformers, where, how does that work? And the other thing is there's a character that they meet in one of the episodes who's a monster truck. And monster truck rallies in the Cars universe are just like monster truck rallies here. Cars line up and the monster truck jumps over them, but it shows in this character's flashback that she quit after not making the jump, and kind of implies that she killed or seriously injured at least one of those cars. So that was kind of dark. And it also raises questions about the afterlife in this world. There's an episode where Mater is driving so fast, he has an out-of-body experience, and he basically has to negotiate with the Cars version of the Grim Reaper to get his body back. And like I said, there's an episode that's a parody of The Shining, so there's also car ghosts, and I'm wondering, how does any of this work? So I guess as long as you don't think too hard about the rules of the Cars universe, or I guess lack of rules, you could kind of enjoy it. I thought these were fun. They were a decent way to kill 45 minutes or so. As far as the Cars properties go, this is one of the better ones. I'd say they're worth watching, so I would give this series a B, an 8 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars.